Hello guys, welcome back to another Guy on Two Wheels video. Today I am sick, injured, and hot because it's 93 degrees outside in Corral Canyon. This is about my one chance in the last year and a half to get a video done, so I am taking it. Let's get on to it. I technically shouldn't be here, as you can't ride in there, but I really hope Forest Service, if you watch this video, please don't ticket me. I'm really hot and trying not to die. So Wrangler Trail is technically an ATV trail. It is a blue trail and like a black for ATVs. And by ATV, I do not mean side by side. You guys are not allowed on this trail. Please do not come on this trail. It's not big enough for you. But dirt bike, it's a blue trail. It's a little hard. I'd say if you're a beginner, I've discovered what people call actually this is a single track that's really hard. That one I think comes out from bobtail or something, but I don't know. But that's single track, and then it's not coming up yet. I missed it. No, I didn't. Still coming up, but it'll be Sidewinder is the second crossing, and technically you also cross Bronco Peak, but that's about a couple miles later. This trail is X miles long, Editor Asher. Okay, that is the green trail I did a video on like 2 years ago. Yeah, that trail is the video I did on a while ago, and I called it like the best beginner single track in San Diego. Still kind of agree it is because there's so little single track that's legal in San Diego. I mean, I guess there's probably some single track you can find Oxy Wells that like simply because it's an open area and no one's ridden there before, and it's like a flat ground, that technically would be easier, but I guess named single track trail, that's probably the best beginner one. You know, if your kid just got CRF 250F or, you know, some little kid bike, you know, I get them on the trails, put them on that one. You know, I think the problem with San Diego is so many trails are either high-speed desert, motocross, or fire roads, and there's not much single track as there used to be, because, you know, back in the day we used to ride anywhere, but those environmentalists and developers kind of destroyed everything. So that's probably a little aggressive. I like you, environmentalists, kinda. I mean, I like you in theory, but in practice you guys have really annoyed and actually pissed me off. But like, there's hard sections like that, which, you know, this was the first single track I ever rode. Technically it's not a single track, but I'm gonna call it one because it's small. And I was like, how the heck am I supposed to get up that? And you do. You just learn to keep the throttle open. But there's cool sections like this, which, if you didn't know, and you read the emblem, these rocks are actually cross-country. So, and you'd be like, wait, it's a rock, why can't I ride there anyway? Well, that's because the federal government likes to, well, I could go on the full legal of it. 1990-something, George Bush passed a bill aimed at logging, and someone would put a tiny subsection at the bottom of like a 9,000-page bill about logging, about motorized dirt bikes and recreation. And it literally means, unless you do a million amounts of work, you can only, this is Sidewinder Trail. So Jeeps will be rolling through there. That's actually not a bad trail. Like, it's a really hard Jeep trail, but on a dirt bike, there's a ton of cheater lines. So if you're like kind of progressing and you're like, man, I don't want to do Ranger or some of the other harder trails, do Sidewinder if you're feeling up to it. Like, it's not that bad. Here's Sidewinder looping back around. It's actually a pretty short trail. Has some fun rocks. Yeah, all around pretty cool. Yeah, I'll end my travel but yeah, it's called travel management. And it's the reason, like, America lost, I mean, probably 50% of its legal dirt bike trails. Idaho probably lost like 70%. Yeah, and like, when I say lost, I don't mean, oh, it's just mountain bikers riding them. I mean, well, like, specifically Idaho, and like Oregon, Washington, Northern California, Utah, they're just gone. In Montana. Here's another crazy trail. I think it's a dirt bike black diamond. That one I think has like the boulder field. Not 100% sure, but I think it does. Here's the start of, I think, Bronco Peak, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, editor guy will be putting all of the names of those trails up on the video, so just don't listen to me. Watch the video. Unless you're listening and doing work on the side, which, why would you do that? There's much better podcasts or radio you could listen to other than me. I've been watching this channel, Relentless. Got some great interviews with some cool manufacturing and thing founders. But as you can see, it's not that bad of a trail. Like, I'm going under the understanding that you've watched my videos and you're like, how should I progress, guy on two wheels? I would say, start with the Roscoe Ridge. If you just bought an XR100 or well, let's do something basic. XR250R. I know no one owns those bikes anymore. Some basic dual sport, kind of medium performance dirt bike, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Where should I go? Go to Roscoe Ridge first, go out and back, do that once or twice, and you will have the time of your life. You'll learn, see some beautiful things, it's legal, you don't have to pay to park. Then, go ride that trail, Kernan Trail. Oh, yeah, I think actually that's Bronco Peak. There's a couple trails that crisscross around here, and I don't know what they're called. But yeah, that's Bronco Peak. That's a fun one. Also really hard on a Jeep trials. Anything. I know some friends who ride on trials bikes and have an absolute time of their life. Big boulders and stuff. Over there's Lake Morena. If you could just see it. Interesting fact about it. It can hold like twice the amount of water it does. But in the, I believe, early 90s, the California something of water decided, whoever runs the dams, did some math, and they said, this lake has a high evaporation ratio, which if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much square footage over evaporation rate, I think, or depth. There's some ratio where, you know, if water is, like, it's the same as how a puddle evaporates faster than your glass of water. So the deeper your lake is, the less water you lose to evaporation, because you can only evaporate the top of the lake, then the next part, all the way to the bottom. So if you have more surface area, it evaporates. So that lake, they made the decision, hey, we're actually going to keep it half full, only where the canyon is deep, and that's why it's the size it is now. It actually used to go almost all the way up to Buckman Springs. That's where they kept it at, and then they just drained it. And what's interesting, actually a lot of reservoirs in California, at least in San Diego, because that's what I know, are kept pretty low. Like Lake Hodges is kept like dangerously low because there's a crack in the dam, and every time they fix one, they find another one, and, well, we'd rather spend more money on things that don't matter than fixing our water supply, but, you know, that's a political thing, and I know no one likes politicals. We want dirt bikes, rah, rah, rah. Coming up here is a pretty technical section. I remember doing this my first time. Really, it's not that bad if you have brake control. It's pretty easy, but I just remember the first time I was riding a dirt bike, you know, DRZ is 300 pounds. I mean, all of these step downs, very hard. And that's why I'm doing it in this direction. This is in the downsloping direction, and oh my gosh, this actually got way harder. This would be, okay, I would grade this a blue, going from Four Corners to Espinosa Trail, and probably a double blue, blue-black, coming the other direction. See, it's hard to gauge people's hardness levels, because, like, some trails people call blues are actually other people's blacks, and there's not really a great standard, but I'd say this is a hard trail coming the other direction. And coming up here, we are about to go to the coolest lunch spot. And don't go that way, but I am just gonna take a water break and show you this beautiful area. And yeah, how cool is this, isn't it? We're back. I just want to say something cool about that rock. So when the first time I rode this trail, core memory for me, there was a guy in a like 98 YZ250, blue flannel Alpine Stars boots, or is like Fox boots, and then jeans. Dude, I'm like terrified. riding with my dad. He's on a mountain bike because he's not that great of a dirt biker, but amazing mountain biker. And I'm kind of like freaking out, super scared. This dude rides up, hits that wall, just bop, 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 rides right up it, and I'm like, you are the coolest human I have ever seen. And to this day, I aspire to be that guy. I have bought jeans and flannels to ride in. Just to be like that guy. That's how influential he is. I have no idea who you are. If you ever find this video, give yourself a pat on the back for being just about the coolest human that could ever be. And yeah, well, this is why Wrangler is such a cool trail. All of these rocks open. You can actually even ride that way to get to Ranger, I believe, because we're going to cross it right up here. But I'm not. I like the rocks. So yeah, if you ever just want to play around with your friends, do some trials, you can just play on these rocks, and it's so cool. Yeah, look, Wrangler, blue, OHV funds at work. Yeah, to hell like that. They just waste all your money. Go volunteer for your... This is Ranger Trail. I actually know the guy who built that. So remember how I was talking about travel management? That was the only forest that, like, gained mileage through travel management, because pretty much this guy, San Diego Off-Road Coalition, plug for them. Honestly, become a member. If you want new trails and better trails, join your local club. Gosh dang it. Like, that's why we lose so much. It's because none of the dirt bikers are organized. Guess where they are organized? Idaho, and hey, they're actually building trails. They're building bridges. And guess who's actually helping pay for it? Like, there's this project, the North Idaho Rockies Project. Guess what it is? It's an organization of horses, hikers, mountain bikers, and dirt bikes building motorized trails. It's crazy. All because what? Dirt bikers got off their butts, stopped complaining on Facebook, and got organized. They're actually gaining dirt bike trails through horse money. You know how many horses have destroyed dirt bike trails and been the living death of us, or hikers, or Sierra Clubbers? This is what happens when we get organized. Like, jeez. Like right now, there's the whole closures going on out in, whatchamacallit? Randsburg, that whole area. And it's like, yeah, we're losing because we were never organized. How many of you knew about Corva or any organization before that? No, you knew nothing. Oh, we're actually coming to the end of the trail, so I'm going to stop ranting and say thank you for watching, guys. We're going to pop out at Espinosa Trail right over here. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, tell me you didn't. If you didn't, hit the dislike button twice. That's how you really dislike someone. It actually, like, takes money out of their bank account if you hit the dislike button twice. Yeah, and let me know what videos you want me to make soon. I technically live up in Idaho. I should say this, these flags are for the mountain bike race that happens. Wilderness, oh thanks Pine Valley Wilderness. But yeah, this is Espinosa Trail. There'll be a mountain bike race up here soon. But yeah, this is an awesome trail. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, it says it's a green for motorcycles. This is a hard trail for motorcycles if you're not that good. Yeah, have a great day, guys. I will see you in the next video.